Hello.
Hey, there's no music actually.
There's no music?
There's no music for this scene. And they don't move, okay.
Yeah, I think it happens on enemy phase, but like I don't think they look at his stats. I like to make fun of him every time.
Capture him. Capture him.
Don't capture it.
Do capture him.
Don't capture it.
Do capture him.
Don't capture it.
Do capture him.
Oh no, I don't have the... Oh wait, but the reinforcements stop this turn, right?
Yes.
Let's see, or until you open the main door. Okay. If they spawn, I'm gonna be fucking mad.
I mean, you should be able to win this turn.
Should I?
Well, do you have a warper by leaf?
By leaf? I can dance him over, I guess.
Yeah, the plan is warp Galzus kill, warp leaf win.
This does 35 damage. I don't think he'll kill him though, this turn.
He'll proc something.
You sure? I can wait a turn and then steal his fucking steal his fucking tome, and then he just can't steal both his tomes. The thing is, will these guys move? Is the question. Well, either way I win, I think. Oh wait. Oh. Oops. Oh wait, you dodged. Oh, it's fucking Trude.
What about Trude?
Trude has like 10 trillion HP for a dancer.
He does. He has 32.
Oh shit. Oh, dodge. Magic up, okay.
I guess basically the hope Galzus has a high PCC.
Oh shit, I got silenced.
There goes your thief staff.
It's okay.
Well, now you can warp right in front of him and you master something.
Yeah. Like right here.
Probably the master system.
Oh, I should have... Never mind, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll try. Oh, this is good music.
Yeah, this final boss theme is super good.
No procs.
Galzus, you let me down. I wonder what his PCC is, because I think that's usually the strat.
Yeah. Berserk one of these guys.
Why not?
Will they attack me though? They might attack me, right?
I'm not sure.
What is this guy? This guy's a Fenrir guy. This guy's a magic up. This guy's a silence. Yeah, okay. This guy's also a Fenrir. Oh wait, this is hell, isn't it? Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Someone's gonna get stoned.
Yeah, someone's gonna get stoned, but I don't think it really matters. Yeah, why are these all like A rank? Alright, never mind. He dead.
Oh, did you hit him with bolting?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the mage, not capturing him. Boo, you
That 29 magic actually really helped.
I good
Yeah.
luck cap seizing.
Okay, now I need to go and.
If someone dies at this point, are you gonna reset?
No. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm
Oh,
not doing
guess
that.
this random unit died. Better rewind time.
Woo!
Ah,
Maybe
that's
I'm on
hot.
the list. Yo, damn it.
Ah, that's hot. If I could control rewind, I would want Fortnite and Marcus Brownlee.
Okay.
You not know that reference, Xylon?
Nope.
No, it's YouTube Rewind.
You know, the really bad thing.
I never watched it because it was trash.
Yeah, I only got the memes from it too. I never watched it. It's awful.
I'm so proud of
that
this
have-
community.
Doesn't it have the worst
Wait.
dislike to like ratio of every video?
Yeah, that's because it was like coordinated.
Yeah.
YouTube's whack, man.
Think this is it.
Is this it?
Think this is
Finally
it.
approached the end. Oh man, what a wild ride this has been. At least you randomized.
Yeah, fuck. It's an even wilder ride for me. I did like half of this on my own.
Sorry, I abandoned you.
Yeah, why did you abandon me?
I got bored narrating this.
All right, there it is. That's Thracia
It's over.
Randomized.
That's it.
Complete.
I'll
Honestly,
go play a real
Thracia-
good Fire Emblem game.
I'm gonna punch this guy.
You can't hit me, nerd. I'm probably 3 states away, at least.
Way more than that.
I said at least.
At least. Honestly, Thracia seems like one of the less fun games to play randomized. Like, the GBA games are super fun randomized
Yeah.
because they're a lot simpler.
Yeah, this
Thracia's
game,
a lot.
this game really relies on the fact that it's not randomized, so that when you make it
It
randomized, it
relies
just
on you to have things that it expects you to not have.
yeah.
But it was funny to see some of the funny stuff that pops up.
Yep. Fucking 2 dancers.
Who do you think?
Huh?
Does Thracia have like a unit ranking at the end where it tells you how many kills they got? Pretty sure.
It might.
Curious who your top is. Oh, Finn's still alive. If Finn's dead, it's really.
That's cool. Yeah, I was planning on not using Finn because Finn sucked dick at the beginning.
And he turned out to be a main.
Yep.
Also, if Nana's dead, it's also me.
Oh, yeah, she is dead.
Oh. Well,
She died in the arena. I didn't
that's
save her.
unfortunate.
Alright, well,
Man,
lucky
I wish I
me.
could renew them.
Lucky
Man, I'm
me.
very excited.
Yeah,
for this project.
the Awakening one.
What's up?
Are you talking about the Awakening?
No, I'm saying I'm excited for this to be lit. Definitely. In a good.
Alright. Well, I might commentate the
definitely.
Awakening one myself. If nobody wants to commentate it with me.
Yeah, I just don't know much about Awakening, and also the game makes me not happy.
Nice, Lenoan.
Hi, Lenoan. I forgot you appeared the.
I was trying to promote her, but then I gave up. I was just like, whatever.
Oh yeah, you didn't promote her in 21X or 21.
Nope.
And get her to the church. Did you warp skip that map?
I did. I'm not playing that map normally. I've done it. I've played every map normally on my first playthrough. It was not fun.
I actually kind of like that map though.
It's not. It's the reinforcements are just annoying.
Yes, it has a lot of reinforcements. Hi, Self. You got here very quickly. Weren't you just up in Kanat? No.
Alright, should I just skip this? I'm
Probably.
and then he's
Well,
like,
it's like back to normal now.
yeah. It's like, now it's Thracia 777.
Woo! Yep, and now they continue their adventure to kick Julius's ass and save Altena.
Alright. I'm gonna watch the credits though. You have to watch
I mean,
the
you-
credits. I mean the.
Rest in peace, Liffus.
You could
You
speed
should
through it.
have made it to the end. This little bastard here does not know how to reset.
Oh, let's see your turn counts.
Alright,
Oh, this
10,
is great.
19.
I'm gonna head out now. See you.
Alright, see ya.
Sounds good. See you later.
Rest in peace.
17.
Rest in peace. 13. 41!
41, yep. 64.
That's actually nice. 41's actually pretty low for chapter 4 because I know a lot of people wait out there. 31 for chapter 7. Yeah, I would hope chapter 8 didn't take you very long.
8X took me forever because I didn't have asthma.
Chapter 9 really took you a long time.
Most of the chapters took me forever.
That's fair. Chapter 9 is the Thracia Dragon. I wonder why that one took you so long.
Which one?
It's pretty short. The mansion one.
Oh yeah, no. I mean I got everything in it, and I bought like S drinks and everything.
That's fair. You didn't go to 14X?
No, I'm not going there.
Damn. Chapter 16 took you 80. Did you go? You went A route, so yeah. Chapter 16 took you 75 turns.
Yeah, I waited out all the ballistas.
I see.
I recruited Xavier. That's why 18 took me so long.
Yep. 21 2. 21X 5. 22 1. You didn't spend any time on 22.
Nope.
Or 23. 24 turns for the final map.
Hey, that's not that bad actually.
I mean, it's actually awful, but like, yeah.
It was not as bad as I thought.
Okay, that's fair. 709. Not sure what the 33 is. Nice, solid. Yeah. Yeah, no. Most people get E ranks. Like, even getting above an E rank is very difficult. For like a casual playthrough. It's just for fun.
Hey, I
This
like
art
these
is-
pictures.
Yeah, they're super good. There's the man himself, Shozo Kaga.
Right. Alright, let's talk a little bit, I don't know, about like Thracia, I guess.
Okay.
What would you rank it in terms of your favorite games?
It's my second favorite Fire Emblem.
What's your first?
I really... Path of Radiance.
Oh, okay.
Path of Radiance will also be one of my favorite games ever. I love Path of Radiance. And Thracia is also very excellent.
I really want to like Thracia, and I do like it. I after playing it the second time where I'm not doing it like blind, it was a lot better. But also at the same time, I still see the problems with it, in that it's very good in concept,
I agree.
But you need to know too many things beforehand in order for you to beat it, and I'm not a big fan of that.
It is very inaccessible because it really doesn't teach the player its mechanics or how to expect things. I think there was like a rumor going around that it made for selling player guides.
Yeah,
which I could see being true.
it could be, but
you really do.
I think
you really do need a guide for this.
Yeah, the player guide thing. I think that partly might be the case, but like I don't think Kaga himself intended for that. I think he's just the kind of guy to design games like this.
Yeah, because some of his later games are still this convoluted and crazy.
Yeah, and here's the thing: I don't mind like characters like Xavier being convoluted. I do mind like actually important characters like Asville and Lithis being missable.
A lot of the best characters are locked behind Gaiden requirements, which is also like a no Gaiden run of Thracia sucks.
Yeah,
it's absolutely awful.
What
and
else?
Even aside from like the gameplay side, I'm a big story person because I like love playing JRPGs, so the story in a game is really important to me. And Leaf is just by far one of my favorite characters just ever. Mm-hmm. He's the only Fire Emblem protagonist that feels like real to me, and his world feels real. Whereas my favorite contrasting example is Ephraim, whereas Ephraim is like untouchable by the world because he's basically invincible because the world sets him up to be that way. Leaf's the complete opposite. Leaf makes mistakes, and then the world of Thracia punishes him for it. Yeah, and I think that's something really rare especially in Fire Emblem.
Ironically, even though like Thracia is praised all the time for its gameplay, I think I like everything else about it more than the gameplay.
It's got a really solid narrative with character and character arcs, and it's got really cool narrative, story, and gameplay integration. With chapter 19 being the most obvious example, but then also like the fact that you receive no money throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
And you have to capture to get all your weapons, and weapons are absurdly expensive.
Yes. Here's another thing. This game is clearly intended to be. So, there's only two options of your way of playing it. So, like, either it's intended to be played with a guide, or it's intended of being played blind. And for like, if you're playing blind, which I assume Kaga wants you to play blind, because I noticed that like all of his games are like they supply you with plenty of units that you might not even use. So I assume that's what it is. But like the units you get in order to replace the units you might potentially lose in this game are not sufficient. Like they're way worse than the units you might miss or die in the previous chapter.
I think that's true for characters like Asvel, and I think some other good examples. But like for the most part, I think Thracia does a good job giving you replacement characters that are obviously subpar compared to their originals, but they still like get the job done. Like if you don't have Orson, you can have Ralph instead. You get him later. He's not as good as Orson, obviously, but he still fulfills the role. And
maybe
similar thing with the Scrub Squad. But you're right. You're definitely right about Asvel. Like there's Homer, I guess, is the closest thing. But
he's not even as good as that. He doesn't have Graph Caliber. That's like that puts him in the league way below him.
Yeah, I like the concept of like replacement units that honestly don't have much character, because I find that the newest 3DS games run into this a lot, where all of their characters have to be super unique and flashy, and as a result of that, none of them really stand out.
Yeah.
So the reason Finn stands out to me is because Alva and Kane are so non-existent, basically.
Right.
But like for instance, if you miss Safi, for instance, or if you don't like utilize her, there's not a good.
You're right. I'd say, as someone who plays, like, I don't always reset for units when they die. As someone who plays in this style, I like it when games try to like make sure you don't lose just because you decide not to reset. But at the same time, giving you it, Thracia doesn't do enough in that department. Like, it's a challenging game, but it doesn't. I guess in a way you can say it doesn't teach you. Like when you fail, it doesn't. It doesn't like you don't learn a lesson. Like sometimes when you fail, it's just because the map just like some event that just fucks you
like
over.
Some ambush reinforcements you had no chance of foreseeing or
yeah, and that's a thing I'd compare it to FE6 for. Like FE6, there are people complain about the ambush spawns in FE6 all the time, but FE6 telegraphs pretty much all of them. They either spawn from forts or like stairs or something, or they spawn like at the beginning of the map. So you're rarely gonna ever be caught off guard unless you're
like, you know where they'll come from.
Yeah, it's your own fault if you miss them. So I like that. I like the fact that I also like ambush spawns. Because they.
I don't think they're inherently bad like some people do. I just think they're often.
They're misused, but they're. I like them because they can't be abused like non-ambush spawns. Like if they're not ambushed, like you can just kill them as soon as they spawn, so it's pointless.
Like they're basically used.
Yeah, and so because of that, I like the way FE6 does it, but FE5 can learn a lot from that, even though it came out before it. But like, let's just say hypothetically.
I think they learned a little bit because there was still some staff carryover to FE6, so I think they.
Yeah, FE5. It just no other game in the series is like that, where like they spawn in just random tiles, like just.
Yeah, it's incredibly.
You saw Chapter 24. Why did they spawn right next to the throne? It makes no sense.
Yeah, they're just there suddenly. The game is like, here's these random dogs.
And for a game that integrates story and gameplay so well, I think that's less forgivable than like a game like Awakening that like doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, you're right. That specific flaw is something that's like, why is that there? Why was that not thought about?
Hey, Glade only got 8 kills total? That's crazy.
Man, Glade didn't have very much.
He's very helpful.
Yes. Another point on like the how difficult it is for blind players. Thracia, this is a weird metaphor, but Thracia is almost kind of like Melee in that sense, where it's got like a high barrier to entry.
Yeah.
But it's also got a really high skill ceiling. Way higher than the other Fire Emblem games that I've played. Because like it's super easy to break games like Path of Radiance and Awakening. Yeah. Their mechanics are simple and not very deep. But like this game, you can do some insane because the game has a lot of broken mechanics, and the enemies can use the like status staves lasting the entire map. So the enemies can use those against you, but you can also use them against the enemies to just annihilate the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's something really unique about it, and something that really hasn't been replicated. Maybe in Conquest. I don't know much about Conquest. But I think that's an interesting thing that this game has that no other game really accomplishes.
Despite this not being
very
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, despite this not being my favorite game, I still think they should have built off of this game a lot more. Like, I don't know why they abandoned so many of the cool mechanics they introduced in this. Like, I don't know, minimum deployment, for example.
Minimum deployment's really interesting. Like, honestly, they took a surprising amount of this game forward. Like, this game put down a lot of the mechanics that would be used in like GBA, like supports and rescue. And
you're right. I'd call this like a landmark game in the series because every game up until like Shadow Dragon was like mechanically similar to this game. Like the whole rescue and the
they basically just cut out some of the more obtuse mechanics like fatigue and that kind of stuff. And yeah,
I would like
FE 1, 2, and 3 are honestly really weird games.
Yeah,
they're all FE 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all like very different games. FE 5 kind of put the formula, and I really would have liked to see where the series would have gone if Kaga hadn't left until it was this.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, so either, of course, they like built a lot off of this game, but I would have liked if they taken more. Like, I think there's a lot more potential in this game that Intelligent System just didn't unlock.
This game has a lot. Yeah, this game has a lot. It didn't help that this game didn't sell well, so they were like, "Oh, we need to not take this game." But there's a very obvious reason why it didn't sell well. You know, that's neither here nor there. It's got a lot of really interesting ideas that I think just with a little more time and thought put into them, they could have really made a very interesting game.
Yeah, well, it is an interesting game. It's interesting. It's not necessarily like best game.
And that's honestly why it's regarded so highly for me. Because not only having like a great story and character and Leaf speak a lot to me, but also there's a lot, and it's not all done well. But there's enough that's done well, and there's on top of that there's enough that interests me that it keeps me. Where a game that I hold in a pretty low regard, Sacred Stones, is super shallow, and it's like you already know all there is to this game. There's no real point to go back to it.
Right. So when I was recording this game at the beginning with QB, I jokingly compared this game to Dark Souls. Just because that was a meme. That's that meme, right?
That's not entirely an accurate comparison.
Right. So like it's accurate in the sense that if you look at Dark Souls, if you ever played Dark Souls, they integrate.
I'm not, but I know about the meme.
They integrate story and gameplay. So like that's all you gotta need. You need to know.
Yeah.
But the inaccurate part is that Dark Souls does it way better. Like,
yes.
It's like, I don't think it's even comparable. But to be fair, Dark Souls came out much later than this game. For a
completely different medium. I think with an action RPG, it's a little bit easier to do that.
Yeah. So, I guess what I want to say is like I think this game can learn from like the series can learn from other series, and I would like if. I don't know how feasible it is actually. Like I'm thinking about Dark Souls right now. Like even though Dark Souls is like punishing to you, like if you die, you lose all your souls and everything, and if you die again, that's just gone forever. So in that way, it's kind of hardcore. But at the same time, you can grind in that game, so you can like get your souls back if you lose them. It just costs you a lot more time. Whereas with this game,
I feel like that game is a lot more. It's better at teaching what the game is.
Yeah,
like that really is the biggest thing Thracia struggles with. Is just doesn't teach the player how to play the game in a way.
Yeah.
Like you have to search for external sources to be able to like really enjoy the game, which is a huge flaw. I'm not gonna deny.
Honestly, in that sense, I used to not like grinding in Fire Emblem. But in that sense, I feel like grinding might be good if it's like hard, because like in Fire Emblem you gain EXP so quickly that grinding is just easily broken. But if grinding takes a long time, it'll discourage people from using it, but it'll also prevent like you from like basically soft locking the game.
Yeah, I've always been a little mixed on grinding, because I think if you add an element of grinding, it makes creating a satisfying enemy curve a lot more.
Yeah. I mean,
now that's not to say Fire Emblem's ever been really good at creating a satisfying difficulty curve. I'm kind of trying to think of a game that really accomplished that, and I guess the DS games are probably the ones that are closest. Yeah, FE12, that's what I was doing.
Not FE11. FE11, you just warp skip the last few chapters.
Yes, okay, warp breaks that game. But I feel like... Yeah, that's one thing that makes me... I really more.
Yeah, I understand why people are mixed on grinding, because it does have the potential to break the game. But at the same time, I don't know if it improves the experience, if it's possible for you to just like, if there's a lose condition to the game, like you can just make it halfway through the game and then somehow you're just stuck there.
Yeah, I can see the arguments of people who like if you play where you don't reset your units, you'll eventually get, which is why they like, the DS games have those weird replacement units that'll come in if you don't have enough units. They've tried tackling that problem. I don't think they've come up with a good solution yet, other than casual mode, I guess, just allowing players more choice. Which is why I'm like fine with casual mode. I think I would rather have casual mode than grinding. I think is.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I really dislike casual mode. I think I wouldn't even mind if they removed it in future entries. But of course they're not going to do that. They're not going to do
I don't
that.
have a love for casual mode.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like people overestimate like the power grinding has. I think grinding can, like, if you make it a little bit harder, or maybe like, I guess you could say if there's some like punishment for grinding, you can prevent it from being abusable. But I think
Yeah, I think that was just the biggest thing that Awakening and even Sacred Stones struggled with grinding. It was just incredibly easy to do.
yeah. No, Fire.
It's absurdly easy.
The problem with Fire Emblem is that it's a long game. Like, most games are pretty long. You're gonna spend hours on it, and if you can just lose at some point and then have to start all over, I don't think that creates a fun experience. And I think it also discourages people from doing, like, I guess not Iron Manning, but like letting units die. And what we get is this playstyle where everybody just doesn't, like, just resets for every unit death regardless of how valuable that unit is. And I don't think
I've always heard people talk about resetting like negates the importance of permadeath.
it doesn't. I agree it doesn't, but I don't agree with that. But
you just play the game like if someone dies, that's a lose condition. You restart the map.
I agree with that, but I think if it encourages people.
But like, I see what you're saying about, like, if you get locked out because you like don't have the units necessary to beat the game, you just get locked out. You're just screwed.
Right. So like, if you want to play the game as if you're not going to reset for everybody, then you don't want to punish players for that. Like, I think that's like, what's the point of having permadeath rather than just having every unit game over when they die, if you're not going to let people kill off characters.
I guess, yeah, you're right. Casual mode, like, that makes permadeath not a thing. Like, it removes the importance of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think these games need to be designed more around permadeath rather than, and not in the way Shadow Dragon did it. Not where, like, you just get stupid replacement units that don't actually make up for the units you got killed.
Yeah, like, I'm not inherently opposed to having grinding. Because, like, FE8 and Awakening they're made easy by the fact that they're easy games.
Yeah.
If you have grinding, it's not inherently a bad thing. You just, like, the rest of the needs. It can't just be like an add-on, because it completely felt just tacked on to. Like, there was no cohesion between the regular gameplay and grinding. So I think if they could find some way, I just don't know how you would do that. Yeah.
Right.
It'd be tough.
Yeah, okay, so this is a much larger topic. And I think I should end off the video first if we want to get into it. Right, so, like, thanks to, like, the 5 people that have watched or potentially watched all the way through. I'm glad I did this as my first playthrough on YouTube, because it's I don't know, I felt like it was an interesting one. I didn't just do like FE7 like most people did. You know, like,
it's a unique one to start with.
Yeah. So thanks to all 5 people that watched, and if you stick around, I might come back and do Fire Emblem Awakening No Robin.
That'll be an interesting one to see. Check out Project Exile.
Yeah, check that out too. It's coming out in probably May?
Probably May or June, yeah.
Cool. Alright. Goodbye.